Hi everyone, this is John here. I've been working in the IT industry for quite some time. Today I'm going to talk about a topic called what is DevOps? Sorry, what is DataOps? Because I have been earlier I did a video on DevOps, so that's the reason the same terminology came in. So let's see what is DataOps is. Okay, what is DataOps? So this is something a new buzzword which has been again popped up in the industry. So that is what we are going to talk about. Let's go inside and go and see what exactly it is. So before going into depth, you should understand where exactly this particular topic falls under. You see, data ops, it falls in between the people and process as well as the infrastructure and technology. It is in between, or I would say it cut across these two areas, at least two categories. So I have already done a separate video. What are the three categories that are there currently prevailing in the IT industry? I've just provided a link. If you're interested to know about it, you can just go and look into that particular video. So what is this data ops? Data ops mainly concentrates on you're collecting, you're having, you're an organization. Okay. So if you are in an organization will be having a lot of data. So that data, you have to somehow use it in order to make money, or in other words, in order to create revenue for the company. So that is what companies are trying to do with the help of this data which that is available. So data can be coming from different ways. Okay, so it can come within the company itself, or it comes from social media, or from if you take for example Amazon.com. So in Amazon, they will be having the customer usage patterns, lot of things, and their competitors also they can also have some kind of data. So data is going to be a very crucial part in order to define, or in order to use your in order to tell you what is the next steps or how to make money out of it. So that is something that we should be concentrating on. So that is what the this particular data ops talks about. So it is nothing but a data management practice which concentrates on how to collect data, how to utilize that particular data, or in order to provide this particular data for the applications which are running inside the company or outside the company, whatever it is. So it is mainly concentrates on, in simple terms, it is nothing but a data management practice to enable AI, that is artificial intelligence. So in other words, you can put it as it is nothing but it's concentrates mainly on collection of data, cleansing of data, and trying to you put that particular data into what is it, into use, and make use best use of it for the provide it for the applications, and make that particular things to make it to work. That is what it's all about. So this data can be either structured, or in other words, what I mean by structured is we are having relationship database like Oracle, SQL database, these kind of data, SQL, Microsoft SQL Server, DB2 database. So these are relational database. So those kind of data is what we call a structure. There could be also unstructured data. Unstructured data, it could be coming from your Facebook, or it could be coming from your maybe your mobile data, namely from devices. It could be anything. Those are all falls under the unstructured. So this data could be any category. It could be structured as well as unstructured. So this particular slide, whatever you're seeing here, this is nothing but the data ops methodology. So here, if you want to, I have to create a data ops practice, or in other words, I want to create a data ops. I have to follow it in my company. So what are the steps and what are the methods by which I can achieve it? So it is necessarily, it follows three methodologies, or in other words, three phases, I would say. Establish the data ops. So the established data ops means what exactly it talks about is we have to define where you are going to collect the data, and in after you collect the data sources, I would say how you are going to collect the data. You are just then you have to have a team for collecting this particular data, and this data has to be collected in an automated way, or it could be manual. Usually manual, no one goes for it. So after that you have to take it and baseline that particular data and take it forward. So next would be the iterate data ops. The iterate data ops play as a second phase. What exactly you are doing is this is data that you have collected via this approach. You have to take it up, and then you have to do some kind of homework. In other words, you have to work on that particular data, categorize it, and then provide it for the applications. So that is what the iterate data ops is. So iterate data ops, once it is done, there will be some areas where data you have not been positioned to classify it, or you are not able to identify what kind of data it is. So that kind of open questions would be there. So those things, you have to improvise it. That one again you have to feed it, and then again you have to try to take it forward to the next level. So improve data ops. That's the that final phase. There you would be uh, going through whatever data that you have collected, you categorized it, all these things, you would be reviewing it, and finally again you would be giving it as a priorities to the first phase, namely to the data, namely to the data ops beginning stage, and then you would be taking it forward. So this data ops methodology consists of 3 stages in short. Establish data ops to tell what exactly how you're going to collect the data, how you what you put a roadmap, I would say. Second step is you take it up, work on the data. Third step, try to correct the mistakes, or in other words, find what are the bottlenecks. Try to improve that particular data that has been done as part of the second stage. That's what the third stage is. So if I want to follow data ops in my company, or where I have how to say data available with me. So usually in today's world, all the companies which are working in IT industry, they are working in the agile methodology. So the first stage, namely the established data ops, falls under the features creation, epic feature creation. That is where the first stage falls. The iterate data ops is the place where you have sprint work. So you take a particular priority or a particular set of data, you work on it, you do a discover, that is identify that particular data, what kind of data it is. For example, you have a number. That number, it can be a credit card number, or it could be your SSN social security number, or other number, or it could be any other number. So that categorization, discovering has to be done and classify it. Then after that, you have to ensure that the quality of the data is proper, and you have to establish the policies. And these data you can provide it in the form of a summary. Self-service is nothing but you can provide it in the form of a summary, or you can give the actual data itself, but it should be in a proper readable way, because the data can come from any way, that is from structured or unstructured. So these kind of things, right? That's what I'm just talking about. The second stage, you do all these activities as part of the data sprint. And after that, as regular any development practice, whatever you do, any development activity that you do, after that you you try to understand what the mistakes that are done at the end of the sprint. The same way the improved DevOps will do that kind of retroactivity after retro. That is, you try to understand what mistakes you have done, and the same thing you feed it as an input to the established data ops, and then again that cycle goes on. So this can also be I would say this particular data ops, you can apply it via agile methodology. That is what this is all about. So why I have to use data ops? Why data ops is required? Why it is very important? Why everyone is talking about it? That is what you will be asking the next question. The reason is it is the foundation for your artificial intelligence area. That is, in order to apply artificial intelligence for your day-to-day applications, if you want to incorporate it, data is a very important activity. So that is, we are we are collecting the data, that is establishing the strategy. That is what we talked about. So we are collecting the data. So if you are want to scale up in your company towards the AI world, or in other words, modernize your application using the artificial intelligence, this data ops establishment, or in other words, this practice, when you establish it, you would be able to get the right amount of data correctly. So you are collecting the data. That is, again, data ops is trying to do that, organize the data. So that organizing the data, you are doing it again as a part of the data ops, and then analyze the data. This analyzing the data reviews are all a part of your artificial intelligence. So you are trying to apply that particular data that you are having it, and then try to extract information from it and try to use it to improvise your company's revenue. So that is what the analyze and review. The first is two stages of a particular AI ladder. Suppose if I want to scale up in the AI world, I have to achieve maturity of AI in my company. In that scenario, I have to achieve first of all collect and organize. Then only you will be able to achieve analyze and influence. So that's the reason data ops is a very important step, or in other words, a very important process that has to be established in a company in order to move forward, or in order to make use of this make use of this particular AI world that is the platform. So that is what data ops is. It's nothing but, in short, collection of data, organize it, and use it for in order to apply artificial intelligence. So that's all about data ops, and I have provided the references where these kinds of informations are all available. Kindly go through that; it will be very much useful. So if you like this video, kindly share it with others. And if you have any comments regarding this video, kindly share it back to me. I will try to improve myself on that particular video with the forthcoming. Or is there anything I have made any kind of mistakes? Kindly point out that also. It's a learning for me. I would be glad to accept that. Thank you very much for your timing. Have a nice day.